In a forgotten corner of the North American coastline, on a small island called Roanoke, the pages of one of history's most mysterious tales began to unfold. It was a colony like no other, a story that started with dreams of a new life and ended in silence that still echoes across centuries. A silence that bewilders historians and haunts scholars to this day. Back in 1584, the first English expeditions set sail to the New World. They weren't looking to settle, yet. This was reconnaissance, a mission to map the untouched land, to find where the dream could someday take root. The earth seemed promising, and the sky whispered with hope. The following year, 1585, a second expedition was launched. This time, the journey wore a mask of science and diplomacy, but beneath that mask lay muskets, armor, and silent readiness for war. Tensions grew between settlers and native tribes. Greetings turned into glares, and glares into arrows. The land rejected the invaders like a body rejects a foreign intruder. The English were driven out, accused of plundering the land and dishonoring its people. Then came 1587, a third expedition, but this time, it was different. This time they came not to explore, but to live. 90 men, 17 women, 11 children, and among them, a baby girl named Virginia Dare, the first English child born on American soil. She was the granddaughter of Governor John White himself. It felt like life had finally begun to bloom in the New World. Houses rose, gardens were sown. For a brief moment, peace wrapped the settlers like a fragile blanket. But soon, provisions dwindled. Fears crept in with the night. John White made the fateful decision to return to England for supplies. He kissed his family goodbye, not knowing he would never see them again. War broke out between England and Spain. Queen Elizabeth forbade White from leaving. The sea was no longer a path, it was a battlefield. 3 long years passed, years heavy with silence and unanswered prayers. Finally, in August 1590, White returned to Roanoke, but no one came to greet him. The island was quiet, too quiet. No laughter, no cries, no bodies. Just one thing remained, a single word carved into wood: CROATOAN. No signs of struggle, no blood, no fire, no fight, only disappearance. White tried to follow the only clue he had. He aimed to reach the CROATOAN tribe, where he believed the colonists might have gone. But storm struck. His ship was forced to retreat. He left not as a rescuer, but as a man swallowed by the unknown. And thus, the mystery of Roanoke was born. Centuries passed. Theories bloomed and crumbled. Some believed native tribes wiped the settlers out in revenge. Even Chief Powhatan reportedly claimed responsibility. But if that were true, where were the graves? Others claimed the colonists tried to sail back to England only to fall into Spanish hands or the sea's depths. No proof, just shadows. Then came the most accepted idea, that the colonists, desperate and starving, turned to the nearby tribes for shelter. They blended in, married, and slowly disappeared into the land. In the 20th century, scholars re-examined John White's old maps and found strange symbols hidden beneath patches of cloth. Hidden settlements? Suppressed truth? No one could say. Artifacts of European origin were uncovered on Hatteras Island, once home to the CROATOAN tribe, suggesting something real, something close. In 2005, new hope emerged. DNA testing began on local native descendants in search of English bloodlines. The results? Not definitive, but not dismissible either. The door remains open. To this day, no one knows what truly happened to the 117 men, women, and children of Roanoke. They vanished, as if the earth itself had swallowed them whole. But the island still stands, and at night, the waves whisper old songs to the wind, songs only the lost would recognize. And perhaps, dear listener, if you ever find yourself on Roanoke Island, standing on its quiet soil, you might hear a whisper carried by the breeze: CROATOAN. Dear viewers, we've now reached the end of our episode. If stories like this, strange, forgotten, and echoing through time, spark your curiosity, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you'll be the first to hear the next tale that time tried to bury. Because history never really ends. It just waits for someone to bring it back to life.